Hello, I'm Bishop Andy C. Lewter, and I'm coming to you from the Hollywood Full Gospel Baptist Cathedral, and I'd like to welcome you to Community Profiles. Today, my very special guest is Alita Hall, known also as Denise Hall. She is the new Executive Director for the North Amityville Community Economic Council, known also as NACEC. Thank you so very much, Alita, for being our guest today and being with us today.
I'm
Listen,
honored, Bishop.
I know that you are a longtime resident of Amityville, but for those who may not know, give us something of your profile and your history and your personal biography.
Well, as you know, I was raised right here in North Amityville and at Hollywood Baptist Church, where I grew up from 7 years old with the angelic choir until graduation. Married, started a family early. I actually entered and pursued my higher education while my daughter was in her sophomore year at UMBC, where I achieved my bachelor's from Audrey Cohen College, later my master's from C.W. Post, and in May of '09, my doctorate from Dowling College.
Congratulations, great. Okay.
Thank you.
Good. And in that time of growing up here in Amityville, what are the major changes in terms of the community that you have seen from the time of your childhood up until now?
Well, a lot of changes I see. Number one is the economic development and the ability for individuals within the community to be able to increase their own socioeconomic status, which is part of the mission of NACEC, which is the North Amityville Community Economic Council. Our mission really is to promote economic revitalization within the community through public and private partnerships and collaborations.
Okay. Now, all of us are sum totals of our experience, and you are now positioned as the Executive Director of NACEC, but what has your path been that has led you to where you are now? What are some of the other jobs and positions and assignments that you've held over the years?
Well, I have a 22-year background in mental health, as well as 10 years in the educational system, and non-for-profit organizations as well. I did 6 years in the non-for-profit, and I believe the three of those together really gives me the insight and strength to work in the area that I'm in now with NACEC, to be able to pursue the things that we need to pursue and build and actually become self-sustainable as an organization. Okay.
Now, those of us who live in Amityville and familiar with its history are very familiar with names like Dr. St. James and Ed Larson. These are two principal personalities that have been involved in the civic activities of our community over the years. What is the history of NACEC? How did it come about, its genesis, its roots, and even its origin?
Well, I'm sure many people don't know, but for those who don't, those names you mentioned, as well as Leonard Canton and individuals, were very instrumental in doing away what was known as the infamous corner or the block, the corner of Great Neck Road and Albany Avenue. There was an open-air drug market, as many people know. 24 hours a day you could purchase whatever paraphernalia and or drugs that you were seeking. Currently, that has been replaced with the Rite Aid on one corner. The opposite corner, there's a two-at-a-time police substation, as well as a bank. So we're working on not only improving the community, but improving opportunities for the individuals within the community.
Okay. And the businesses that you just made reference to, especially two-at-a-time and the police substation, those are properties and land that's controlled by NACEC, or rather managed by NACEC. What is the proper way to refer to that? What exactly is NACEC's involvement with what has historically been called the block?
We do the economic development and management for the block. If it happens on that 455 corner, we're responsible for it.
Okay. Now, let's talk a bit about NACEC's early years and some of the projects that NACEC has historically been involved in. What has been the experiences of NACEC?
Well, around 2000, 2001, NACEC started eagerly pursuing their own licenses to be able to give the community and its residents vocational and educational classes, which will enable them to, of course, increase their own economic status. It's hard to get a job if you don't have marketable skills. So one of the things NACEC has done and continues to do is to offer affordable education for the individuals in the community. And also, we have a number of individuals in our community that have transportation problems. That's a big problem for a lot of low-income communities.
Okay, listen, I'm going to have you hold that point. Listen, this is Bishop Andy C. Lewter, and I am talking with Alita Hall, the Executive Director for the North Amityville Community Economic Council, also known as NACEC. We are so delighted to be able to come to you with these few moments of reflection, and we're going to return in just a few seconds to our discussion with NACEC Director Alita Denise Hall.